I don't know what goes into paying hush money to a porn star to secure silence over some type of alleged affair. I can't speak to that. But what I can speak to is that if you have a prosecutor who is ignoring crimes happening every single day in his jurisdiction, and he chooses to go back many, many years ago to try to use something about porn star hush money payments, that's an example of pursuing a political agenda.
That was Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' reaction to headlines indicating that there is some possibility that Donald Trump could be arrested and indicted in charges tied to hush money payments that were paid to Stormy Daniels in the lead up to the 2016 presidential election. The argument is that it was an illegal campaign contribution, and he is potentially facing charges as a result of that. Now, anyone with a pulse can notice that Ron DeSantis started off that statement with a bit of a jab toward Trump. And look at that, Trump apparently has a pulse because he didn't like that reaction. He wrote on Truth Social, Ron DeSanctimonious will probably find out about false accusations and fake stories sometime in the future as he gets older, wiser, and better known when he's unfairly and illegally attacked by a woman, even classmates that are underage or possibly a man. I'm sure he will want to fight these misfits just like I do. So he also quote truthed a Midas Touch post that apparently said that Ron DeSantis had partied with underage girls and was drinking while he was a teacher at a Georgia school. That was something that Donald Trump also attacked him on earlier. We had done a story on that as well. But it's clear here that he's trying to imply that Ron DeSantis is, messing around with underage girls, is possibly gay, but is hiding it. Now, none of that stuff is true as far as we know, but it doesn't matter. If you jab Trump, he's gonna come at you 10 times harder, and that's what he did here.
Yeah, so look, constantly Ron DeSantis is using a pea shooter or a BB gun, and Trump pulls out a bazooka and launches. So the DeSantis jab in the normal political world was a pretty good one. Got chuckles, people are talking about it, it's got headlines. But then Trump comes back with, I think you might be a pedophile and gay. Okay, now, if a Democrat did that, they'd be instantly eliminated and they would have no credibility, et cetera, and the Democrats themselves would hate him, right? When a Republican does it, they're like, we'll see, right? The base might love it and think that's it. I knew it. DeSantis is a rhino pedophile groomer, and groomer is a word that Trump used before in relationship to Ron DeSantis, using the same picture when he was a teacher, et cetera. I'm curious to see what Republicans are going to do. They've never needed evidence before, so are they going to need evidence that DeSantis did any of these things? That DeSantis is gay? I mean. And slept with underage girls. They need it. They've never needed evidence. So maybe they'll believe it right away. But it's a Republican, so they might not believe it right away. I'm not sure.
One thing that's been pretty clear to me so far, and I could be wrong or things could change, is it doesn't seem like the Republican base, meaning the ordinary voters, ever really abandoned Trump. They've always been pretty hardcore supporters of Trump. They've been loyal to him. The only change I've seen in the political landscape is the elites or the Republican establishment has kind of moved away from Trump. So that's what I find kind of interesting about this entire debacle, this entire drama playing out between Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis. But there was also an interesting reaction to Trump wanting his supporters to go out there and protest against the Manhattan district attorney potentially arresting Trump for the hush money payments. For instance, when he was encouraging people to protest, Marjorie Greene tweeted about this and said, no, we don't need to protest about the communist Democrats planning to arrest President Trump and the political weaponization of our government and election interference. These idiots are sealing their own fate in 2024 because the silent majority has two feelings right now: about the current regime. I'm guessing she's referring to Biden.
Yep.
Fear and anger, that is the most powerful combination when election time comes, and the Democrats are driving that force with their own corrupt actions. So she's trying to discourage people from doing anything stupid and crazy, but she's not the only one. Ali Alexander, who was one of the organizers of the riots that took place on January 6th, also discouraged people from protesting and specifically pointed out the fact, let's go to graphic 9 here. I love Trump. Stop the Steal will not be physically protesting, meaning we're not gonna protest Trump potentially getting arrested. We decline. We'll be focused on the 1,000 plus families still suffering post January 6th. And you also have Jesse Kelly, who argued the last time Trump's biggest fans protested on his behalf, he left them all to rot in jail without so much as a penny from him in legal fees, not a penny. Shame on him for this. Do not go to a blue area and protest for this man. Ignore this.
Yeah, so those last two were very accurate. I certainly don't agree with those guys on anything else, but it's absolutely true. Donald Trump raised hundreds of millions of dollars for legal defense and never spent a dime on any of the January 6th rioters. He says that they're patriots, they're political prisoners. He talked about it in this context too, like, oh, they're gonna, I can't believe nobody's sticking up for them. Well, why don't you stick up for them? Why don't you pay their legal defense the money that you raise? Because you're a crook. You're such an obvious crook, right? But no, it's not obvious to the right wing. So Marjorie Taylor Greene here, being theoretically the calming voice, McCarthy did something similar. But listen to what she says there. She actually accidentally said one of the most true things in American politics. She said that the fear and anger, that is the most powerful combination when election time comes.
That's all they lean on for their campaigning. That's all they do.
Exactly right, Anna. The only thing that Republicans ever use is fear and anger. Fear and anger. Be afraid and get really angry. Be afraid and get really angry. Now, that's why do Republicans do that? Because they don't actually want to pass any laws that help you. So they have to get you to vote not for yourself, not something that's going to help you and your family. So they have to create fear and anger towards others, so you vote against them.
That's why wokeism is a centerpiece of everything they do, right? What project are they offering to voters, to their supporters, to actually improve their lives? All they do is instill fear. All they do is lie about things that are being done at school. It's all meant to scare voters into supporting them because they're the ones who are allegedly gonna protect them from the big bad scary CRT, the big bad scary drag queens or whatever it is that they're fear mongering about at any given moment. But anyway, we'll see how this all plays out. It's just really interesting to see someone like Marjorie Greene, of all people, trying to calm things down, turn the temperature down, as Trump is trying to turn the temperature up and get people to take to the streets and protest his, a potential upcoming arrest.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.